denizens of the warp, welcome to the Warp Report. We have our co-host, Nick, Luke, and Rachel. How are we doing?
I'm here and alive, so I can't complain.
Pretty good.
Greeting, filthy loyalists.
Greeting, heretic.
Greetings, everyone.
Heretic.
Mr. Heretic for you, young lady. Thank you.
Oh.
I don't respect heretic titles.
Oh, Mr. Heretic. What is this?
No, I'm just joking. But it's still, yeah, I'm a heretic. I'm not gonna hide it.
Welcome.
So-
This is a Warp Report, and we are here to talk and to do our podcast. I am hosting for today. It's been a while that I've hosted. I'm getting the jitters right now. Woo!
Wow, I think this is the first time I hear your voice so much in a podcast. I'm
Is that
impressed.
so?
Shots fired already.
I'm shooting. I'm putting everything on the line, man. Alpha striking. I'm alpha striking this.
Oh, the heretics are shooting at each other as expected.
Going full
full
DACA.
DACA.
I mean, we're chaos. We're supposed to do that. It's a whole gimmick.
Yeah,
But I
that's
thought we were
literally.
both like Death Guard. What happened, man?
Hey, I just finished Warhawk.
Hey,
and there's
stop
definitely
stealing
some
my
Death Guard
gimmick,
shooting at each
okay?
other.
Stop stealing my gimmick, Rock. Stop stealing my gimmick.
The gimmicks are there to be shared, not to be kept.
I know.
He was special before you came along.
I was special before you come along. I'm gonna say that when Nick set up his Lanesh.
No, yeah.
I did the demon ninjas before they were cool, okay?
Okay, Grandpa.
I had Bellacore before it was cool. Literally, bro, I get Bellacore and now we have like 4 in the community. I'm like, come on, guys, that made me special.
Hey,
To be
I
fair, it's
showed
your
up.
fault. You're the one like, good Bellacore,
Yeah,
good
that is
Bellacore,
true,
good
that is
Bellacore,
true.
good Bellacore, good Bellacore, good Bellacore.
It's not my fault he bonks people.
See,
Hey.
I showed up and I was like, oh wow, there's like 5 other Blood Angel players. The more the merrier. Super happy. And you're over here like, oh, I'm not special anymore.
Of course. Exactly.
Yeah. No,
Anyway, how you been, folks? It's been a while. Actually, I'm saying a while, but it's been like how when was the last time
I
we talked?
think 2 weeks ago. I
Couple
think.
days ago?
2 weeks ago.
yeah, I was gonna say, well, no, I was gonna say, I personally talked to, I think each of you at least once this week.
Oh yeah, well, yeah. Maybe I think last time we talked when I was doing the Darkest Dungeon run, by the way, and doing Darkest Dungeon runs. So I don't know.
Oh yeah,
Wait,
yeah,
since
yeah.
when?
The
Since when?
with Gray Fax.
With great facts. I'm gonna use the PG-13 names, okay?
Yeah,
I
that was
definitely-
fun. That was 2 a.m. It was 2 a.m. Darkest Dungeon.
Definitely
So, yeah.
dating this episode, but another 2 a.m. Discord rant of the new points fixes coming out.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
it was
Oh my
maybe-
God,
the
I am so
Nerf,
happy.
the Nerf guns, dude. The Nerf guns.
Yeah, I was. We were actually on a Discord last
Yep.
night, and I'm just like, yeah, I hope some stuff comes soon. And Rachel's like,
It's now.
dude, they just
dropped it
put it
now.
out. I'm like, no, they didn't. That's a video saying maybe. And she sent me the,
I just dropped the
link,
PDF in the chat.
and I'm like, oh my lord. Oh my God. OPSEC. Yeah, let's talk about
OPSEC
these. First of all, the
armors.
most important one. Well, the most important one though.
Which one?
What do you guys think? It's the no more than 2 planes in a Strike Force game.
Yeah. That's a
Sounds-
huge
No
change,
more than 2
honestly.
flyers.
Well, I'm just gonna say what they were thinking. To that guy who bought like a bazillion squiggy buggies and a bazillion scracker jets. Yeah, I'm sorry, mate. This is what happens when you fly too close to the sun. You get
What
burned.
happens when you meta chase?
No,
Yeah.
this is literally. It's meta chasing. I mean, meta chasing is fun, but this is what happens when you meta chase too hard.
Exactly.
Some people are really, really pissed that you're not gonna play that thing anymore.
I saw a post in basically like Facebook, like, oh boy, I'm so excited. I bought like a bunch of DACA jets, a bunch of script buggies, like I think like 10 to like
Oh,
a lot of
no.
them, basically a lot. It's like I can't wait for that IVO, and then the Nerf came.
Oh no.
Did I send you guys the tweet I found where the guy said, anyone looking to buy 175368 buggies?
Oh no.
No, but there was the whole point is like some people are complaining, oh, but I can no longer use my models the way I wanted. I'm like, oh, I didn't like this way to play because I saw this comment. I didn't like, but it was the one to play. Dude, you don't get to say you didn't like playing buggies when you printed or made those buggies.
I
So,
guess, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
But
in
you
my
know,
community,
the thing is,
in the Death Guard chat room, That there were people complain about that. There was a guy who plays or Dead Guard Iron Orcs, and he printed all his stuff. I'm like, dude, you're meta chasing. Of course, this is gonna happen.
Yeah, like I get meta chasing to a level. Like you should obviously pursue the most powerful list. I recently got sent an Art of War podcast with a list, and I copied it because I'm like, and now I put my own twist on it because I like certain things or model restrictions. But you know, I get like you should. I see meta chasing more as you change armies to chase the meta. So like the guy who just bought an orc army, but like we have a lot of orc players who are like, man, I had all these buggies that I was just using, and now I can't use them. Like one of our guys, Bill, he ran 3 jets, 2 DACA jets, and I think a bomber.
You burn a bomber,
yeah, and it's like he can't use that anymore because although his Burnabama is like a third party, it looks like a Klingon bird of prey. It's awesome.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's such a cool piece. I love it.
Yeah, but the thing I think the biggest issue of this change is not that okay. Of course, the biggest offenders get punished first. The squeaky buggy list, got it. But then you have things like people were complaining about Tempestus Scions. That they can no longer play Tempestus Scions because you need your Valkyries, you need your Vendettas, you need your Flyers.
Oh yeah, you need all your Storm Ravens, all your stuff. Yeah.
And now you can't anymore.
Wait,
So this is the thing.
You
You nerf a thing to balance it out, and then you just kill the fun for like a completely different faction that was nothing remotely
I
close.
mean, balance
So
all
that's
things.
something that
honestly.
needs to be
Balance in
addressed.
all things.
Yeah, I think the healthy one was the orcs being limited to 1 unit of each buggy, which you can put 3 in a unit. So like, but everyone was taking like a bunch of, I think it was Megatrack scrap jets and Shuck Dragstas. And now you can only take 3 of each, which ruins a lot of synergy because the idea was you took a bunch of the same one.
Yeah, I mean, but that is the core of meta building. You build the same unit 3 times.
I guess.
With full power. That's the whole gimmick of
But I'm pretty sure, like, when they're playing, they
Right.
can really sense, like, oh, this is just too good. And like, I was actually surprised. I mean, it's not the ban list, but more or less like the nerf list. It's just too soon. Like, I thought it's just gonna be like in the codex or something like that. But it's actually digital also.
It was too much. The orc spam was definitely, it felt like, and a lot of, you know, higher up players are saying this, that I think Art of War said in a way I liked it. They said, some guy can roll up to the army whose favorite Korean flavor is red and table you. That's what they said. Basically, like anybody could, a chimpanzee could table you with this list because it was very, very simple. You punch them, turn 1, and there's nothing your opponent can do about it. That what I think was the issue with the flyer spam is there was no response.
It's just like one-sided.
I mean,
just too one-sided.
Ignore line of sight, shoot up, and the whole gimmick was the freebooters strategy. That is like whenever you kill a unit, you get the +1 to hit on basically everything. So yeah, you have the jets that have no line of sight. They shoot whatever they want. There's no cover, and boom, freebooters, and then it's just mayhem.
Yeah, it's
with the squid buggies and everything, I guess.
This is very interesting that they put this out because not only this happened with the squeaky buggies, but they just released the new critical mass thing in rules for the orcs, and in the new Army of Renown, they have the orcs, the Spirit Freaks. The buggies are going to be strong, but they also have OPSEC. So imagine a list of with that amount of buggies without the restrictions they have now with OPSEC. It felt like the new Army of Renown for the new book, it does have comes with OPSEC.
The Speed Freaks.
Only for Spirit
That's
Freaks, yes.
insane.
Yeah.
Like
that is really strong.
By the fact that it's the OPSEC, that's actually a huge game changer, I guess. I don't know, like.
Yeah.
But Drukari also got nerfed with AdMech, and people were like, there were like a lot of people crying apparently.
Well, to be honest, they had
AdMech was a 10% point boost, is what I think everyone kind of agreed.
They're too cheap for what they were doing. 10%. Honestly, like it's just so scary. Like on turn 1, they got like +1 to hit, and like by the fact that they have +1 to hit, it's just so big.
Yeah, no, it's just at the beginning of the turn. Whether the thing is like they are too flexible. What you just said is the Doctrina. They can declare it at the beginning of the game. and they declare it as soon as the start begins. But this means that as soon as you roll who goes first, you get to decide which of the trainer you want.
That's true.
So if you go first, you pop the +1 to hit. So now you have all your army hits on 2s. But if you go second, you pop the armor save, so you don't get alpha strike. So the army, it's already itself is very intuitive in the sense you can back and forth, but they were strong on top of that. So it was kind of needed to.
And those guitar rangers are too cheap for what they can do, honestly.
Yeah, they should better than Space Marines, and they're cheaper.
And now I think that they have become like reasonable.
Yep.
And I think like 200 points was now the one though, and also them losing. I know Cerberus Raiders went up in a lot of points.
The chickens,
the Stratoraptors went up. The Bellstaris went up. I think everyone went up on average. I think I did the math.
But there was a
about
buff though.
10%,
There was a bit of
10
buff.
or 11%.
Just one unit.
Yeah. Just points adjustments. Something's going up, something's going down. Although they, I think, got a fair hit, and AdMech will still be strong. There's just counterplay now. They're not as versatile.
Yeah, but the biggest damage, because it was a Fender, was Drukhari. And Rachel, this is gonna come back to you because you played the Newbie tournament. The changes to them probably will have, not saying like help you in the big time, but definitely will have less units on the board. And they could no longer, for example, the biggest issue with Drukhari was the Raiders. They were basically such a good unit, such a value unit, because they were basically tanks with the firepower they had. And on top of being tanks shooting dark lances, they could transport units. They're flying and they're transports. So it was like a premium thing. You get to do everything, and it's quite cheap, resilient, fast. Now they are kind of forcing you to choose, okay, or you do the Raiders, or you do the Crawlers, sorry, the Venoms, I think
the Venoms.
You choose one or the other. You cannot have both in one unit. You have to separate them. He's going to shoot, he's going to transport. Choose.
Although I see nobody taking the Venoms. It's the Ravager.
The Ravager, right. I know. I saw.
Usually, the guy, it was 3 Raiders and a Ravager.
Well, the guy in Sokol who lost against the Squeaky Buggies actually had Venoms. Surprisingly, had Venoms.
Oh, really?
Yep. I watched the battle report, and it was interesting to hear the host just basically saying. The second the game started, say, how many points do you think he will lose on turn 1? They were just gambling because they knew the guy was going to lose.
Yeah. I think that's what the big problem people had with this stuff is armies were becoming auto win.
Pretty much.
Like the Squid Buggy list was auto win. The Drukhari, not auto win, but 70%.
That's a high auto win.
Pretty close to an auto win.
I would say that's like that's still favorable.
Yeah, that's pretty close to an auto. Like if you know what you're doing, your odds of winning are pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So but I have to still see what's going to happen with Grey Knights. They're still strong.
Yeah, like none of the Space Marine stuff got touched, right? If I'm not mistaken, none of them were touched.
No, what got touched? Our loyal guard brethren. You stayed strong and you have been rewarded.
The Lehman Russes.
Hey, the biggest winners here are the Necrons.
Oh yeah, the biggest win are the Necrons for sure.
Oh my
That's
lord.
A massive boost.
Wait.
I was actually texting our Necron player, and he just texted me. He's like, I think I'm going Necrons at LVO. He's dropped his sisters.
Wait.
Justin's going Necrons?
Really?
He's talked about it. He has talked about
You
it.
said
Yeah.
I don't know anything yet.
So what are the changes to the Necrons? Can you tell me? I'm actually surprised.
So there is a big change in the matter of the biggest thing was they got core on a lot more units. So before this, the only thing that got core were dynasty models, which models that could be linked to a specific dynasty, which ruled out anything that was Triarch, Cryptech, or Triarch, Cryptech, or Destroyer cults. So the only things that got OBSEC or that you could give abilities to, like My Will Be Done, was Warriors, Immortals, Lich Guard, and like one other thing. So now like it's almost become worth taking Lords. Hold on. Here I have the list of everything that now has the core keyword. Caneptic and Anthracites. That's a Imperial. That's a Forge World thing. Connectic Reanimator, Connectic Race, Flayed Ones, Locust Destroyers, Locust Heavy Destroyers, Ophidian Destroyers, Scorpec Destroyers, and Triarch Praetorians. So they all got core. And basically, the first thing that we came up with was a Connectic list. Because it runs just Wraiths and Scarabs and Heavy Destroyers. And you can just you can take a Pharaon, put My Will Be Done on 2 units, and then just, put it on your have everything move up, but you'll have OBSEC on your 27 Scarabs, and then you just throw you have Heavy Destroyer sitting in the back, hitting on 2s, re-rolling.
That is pretty much.
There were already guys on the chat saying, "Hey, if we do this combo, we can have these units do 180 attacks."
Oh.
Yes, it's the Blade combo.
180
yeah. So what it is, so they did the math. Anakir the Traveler, I think, can help him out. Between that, a stratagem. Let me see if I can pull up their exact math real quick, because it was
but the funny thing was like one guy
bonkers.
was saying, "Hey, we can do this," and then like 3 other players just joined the conversation. Oh, if you add this, you get this extra amount of tax, and like everyone's chipping in to make like the most stupid combo you can possibly make, and just to get a certain amount of numbers.
Yeah, here it is. So with Blood Rights, they get +1. So Flayed Ones have 3 attacks. Squad of 20 is 60. +1 attack for Blood Rights, so that's 80. And then you have Anarchir giving an extra attack, so that's 100. And then Luminar Caesaris gives random buffs. Strength 7, rerolling hits and wounds with the Silent King.
And Nowhere Crypt gives in something extra attack.
And then they have a Fight Twice.
Fight twice?
So they can do like 200 attacks.
So is the definition of fun,
here, dude? What the hell?
Yeah, that's a Flayed One block. It's basically a hyped up version of my Bloodletter Bomb.
You tell me what those look like, and I'll make sure to delete them if I ever see them on the table in front of me.
Necrons with really long fingers wearing the skin of their hosts.
Wow. Okay.
Look it up. Look it up. That's
Players.
actually what they look like.
they're wearing their flesh suits.
So they're like
they have the Flayed One virus, and they desire to be human once more. So they wear the flesh of their enemies.
okay. So you're telling me they're Necron Nightlord like interns, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Nightlord looks like Sesame Street compared to these guys.
Actually, wait.
that.
I thought like the Necrons hated like all like life forms, like anything that's alive. They hated.
They do. They have the Flayed One virus. They've gone.
Yeah.
They're like destroyers.
Yeah.
They've basically short circuited.
Okay.
Mm.
So that's the reason why.
Have you seen RoboCop too?
Yeah.
Have you seen the security robot, the giant one? Yeah, that's pretty much a Necron. They just want to kill whatever is on site. Like, I give you 2 seconds to comply. Boom. By the time they finish the sentence, you're dead.
That's the Destroyer virus for you right there. That's what the Destroyer virus is.
Sounds fun.
Which is all the Destroyer cults are subset. The only thing I want now is I want the word noble put on the Scorpec Lord.
I mean, it is the Lord, right?
No.
No.
I'm gonna do a meme.
No.
Like we recognize you as a lord, but we won't give you the position in the council. Basically, Anakin at the moment, not being a Jedi Master.
We recognize that your position as Lord, but we do not grant you the rank of noble.
Sit
down, Scorpec.
What is this?
Sit down, Scorpec.
Yeah, we gotta do that one now.
The Lord, what is this? Just a decoration on the nameplate.
No, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
a keyword, right?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a keyword because it allows you to access certain abilities.
But I mean, it makes sense he's not a noble because technically, lore-wise speaking, nobles, they have their sanity. And a Scorpec lore is just like, me shoot, me destroy everything that has life, me fun.
He was a noble. He was a noble before he went mad.
Oh wow! So he's just like an old guy at a retirement home.
Yeah, but he has like three knives and a bazooka.
Oh, that is scary.
So a regular American full homes, got it.
Yeah, he's
exactly.
definitely Florida man. Florida Necron.
Yeah, it's Florida Man. It feels a Necron.
Okay, good job.
But the guards, though,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
wait, what are the changes of guards? Like, I know that Lehman
Russes
got +1,
got
right?
2 up, and now if you or you can issue the same order twice, as long as both units are within 6 inches of the lieutenant.
Oh.
Or whoever's yelling the orders.
So Rock, to summarize it, you know when you face those 8 Lehman Russes with destroyer cannons?
Oh god.
Yeah, but
the
now it's
demolisher cannons.
Yeah, now is that, but deadlier.
Oh.
Nice.
So yeah,
They could, but like a basically you can make a guard. Now like the get back in the fight.
Oh. Okay.
You can make 2 squads of guard fall back and shoot rather than 1
Oh. Okay. Okay.
without spending the CP.
That's pretty cool.
So
All right.
yeah,
I
So
mean,
wait,
I
you-
was
Yeah, they're
thinking.
pretty good.
I was actually thinking of making like guard list also, like
don't.
all tanks.
Do it.
all,
Do it.
all tanks, dude.
Remy's here in spirit and in rage right now. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Do it. So wait, you mentioned earlier there was a nerf to Tempestus Scions. What was that about?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so with the restrictions to the aircrafts, you can no longer have more than 2 aircrafts on a strike mission kind of game. A strike force. Now Tempestus Scions are not having fun because some of the strongest stuff the Tempestus Scions have is the vehicles. The Valkyries and the Vendettas specifically are what gives them a lot of flexibility and shooting power and mobility to the Tempestus Scions, but now you can only have 2 instead of the 3, 4, maybe 5 in the biggest cases. Because Tempestus Scions is kind of a small in the sense the units you have, you want a full Tempestus, they're elite, but they are limited, so you want this stuff to bring some flexibility instead of just starting
Need
souping
fire support.
fire support, and you don't have to start souping other guardsmen in your list.
See, I only ran into Tempestus Scions once, but it was definitely a experience for me as a Marine player because I was like, what do you mean these guys just killed all my guys? He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. Okay, yes, your
What
guns
do you mean?
something. Okay.
What do you mean this last gun is just actually he's damaging me? Yeah.
Right? I was like,
Yeah.
That's a hotshot last gun for you.
hotshot las guns are. Whew.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was a
But
fun
then
list.
there's the upgrade to knights.
Yeah.
Armigers and war dogs
They got offsec,
now
right?
get obsec,
For my eventual
and they
knights.
count for 5 models.
And,
And they
I-
count for 5.
Full-size knights count for 10.
Yep, Titanic Knights, towering foe.
I do not
Really
look
good.
forward to that because I know someone is gonna start bringing their knights and like.
What do you mean someone's
me?
gonna? They already did.
Yeah, I know, but no,
Um,
he said I'll just do it once, and I was like, oh, actually start playing my knights for good. I'm like, oh,
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take that
True
list
fear.
where I run Bellicor and Mortarion, so I can advance Mortarion up to deny Overwatch and then kill the Megara.
good luck with that.
I told that to him, and he just sent me an angry face.
See,
Oh wait, Nick.
Yeah.
I already did try the Mortarion and Bellicor thing. Go for it, dude.
I was about to say there's a distinct difference between me and you with that list.
I mean, yeah, sure.
I'm me and you're you.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay, that's too much, man.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. No, the thing is, I get advanced in charge on Bellicor.
Oh yeah.
That's the big difference.
Sure.
So I have more threat. I have a much larger threat range, and I don't have to rely on Mortarion to do anything but turn off Overwatches really and turn off rerolls.
Mhm.
So no, it's a difference of just I have access to the advance and charge.
I guess you
Which is
have
huge.
that. Yes. I guess you have that. You got me on that,
Yeah.
but I have my PVCs with me.
Which that could destroy me. So we're even.
Like the PVCs, like I bring them to every one of my games, and I must say, like it's a must-have for Death Guard, and I'm planning to
yeah.
have like 3 instead of 2.
You're gonna do 3 now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are you buying the other one? Are you getting a third one?
I think I have to get a 3rd one. Yeah, that's how good they are. Like
Have
honestly.
you tried them with the epidemias or just trying them out
I
of blank?
mean, I am building it. I already built Angelist, and I'm willing to try for this week.
Trust me, man. When you start rerolling mortars and entropy cannons, it's a whole new sensation when you
Oh
play
my
them.
god, yes.
You have no idea.
Yeah. Yeah, that's I think that's pretty good though for our whole like that whole errata I think was timely. Because it's 80 days before LVO, so it's enough time for people to adjust to new lists.
Right.
Pretty sure.
Get wrecked.
And yeah, it's just get wrecked. But it's the way the game goes.
Get wrecked. The way the game goes. Learn the new rules, scrub.
All I know.
I'm just saying, we needed Be'lakor to be C tier to compete with Guard. We needed Be'lakor. Just saying.
All I know is that errata was very simple for me as a Space Marine only player right now. Like I talked about playing Knights later, and that's definitely still in the plan. But I got my one army that I still need to work on finishing. But as a Space Marine player, I looked at the list. I didn't see anything for Space Marines, and I was like, great, none of this applies to me for once. Woo!
Yeah.
Come on, but I mean, don't worry. The Space Marines will get some support very soon, probably.
I mean, I'm not.
You're gonna get a new. I'm 100%. You're gonna get a new lieutenant, maybe next week.
Yeah, I need another Primaris lieutenant.
Yeah.
You need another Primaris lieutenant. I think you need more. I don't think you have enough.
We need the Primaris
to put them together like the Megazord. Like
I think you can build a
Primaris lieutenant army of renowned way.
Yeah, you can have a full army with different unique sculpts of them. So
yeah, just only Primaris lieutenants.
Yeah.
Only the Primaris. So, I mean, let's talk about the balancing thing. Wait, so what do you guys think about the tournament? Rachel, I won't know that you went to the Newbie tournament. Can you talk?
I did. It was my very first tournament experience.
Yep.
And I definitely got my prescribed and recommended 8 hours of sleep before the tournament, so I showed up well rested and well fed.
Rachel lied.
8 hours of sleep, I mean 2.5 hours, and by well rested and fed, I mean I had 3 shots of espresso as I ran out the door because I did not wake up with my alarm.
You are welcome.
That comment.
Yeah.
When you said that comment, all I can hear in my head is like Rachel lied as naturally as she breathed. So. Yeah.
No, literally, Rachel shows up and she's like, "I am dead and I am hungry," and I pulled out a box of Pocky and a white monster, and I'm like,
I was like,
"Here you go."
The only thing fueling me through my first game, which happened to be Drukhari at like 8 a.m., was like Primal Fear, I think. And it was actually a really fun game, though. Like, I didn't know really what to expect. I had told all my friends, like, hey, I'm playing in the tournament. And they're like, oh, who's your first matchup? And I was like, Drukhari. And they all just sent back, like, Fs in the chat. Like,
Big
that was
F.
it. But it ended up being fine because, like, I don't mind losing games because I know that my army has the potential to be a lot better than I can play them at the moment, you know? Because I'm still learning, right? So even if I lose a game, as long as I feel like I didn't just get completely destroyed, which I didn't. I made it to round 5. And then as long as like the person that I'm playing with is a cool enough opponent to sit there and maybe talk about stuff that they think I could have possibly done better, you know, stuff like that, which Nick was. He was a really cool person to play against.
Not me, by the way.
It was a fine game. Not this Nick.
I just find it.
Drukhari and Space
I just find it
Nick.
nice that the fact you said like, oh, as long as I managed to survive, it's like against that army is like it's not a feature. Oh, I play against them. No, just survive. That's
the objective was survive.
That's how
was
traumatizing
it,
playing
sure.
against those guys is, and I know how it feels.
This was your reach.
Honestly, though, I do respect armies that I can get in and play Blood Angels with, my Blood Angels. So it's like, get into melee and sit there and just hate each other. And honestly, that's my favorite part about playing this army and playing 40k is like running at each other and getting into dumb melee, which I don't know, I just think it's really fun. So the fact that I got to do that with Drukhari and definitely take some of them off the board was really satisfying.
Wait, what does
they seemed really...
Oh wait, sorry. You were saying something. Go on.
I was gonna say they seem really scary until you realize that you can actually kill them, and then it's like, oh, so I do have a chance. It's just when they hit back, they also kill me too.
You have a chance.
I have a chance.
Exactly.
I have a chance. But it felt good. It was fun. What were you gonna say, Rock?
So like, what is he running? Like, it's also a 1K list, right? Like everyone's like doing the 1K
Yeah, it was
list.
at 1K. Honestly, I know there were 2 succubuses, I don't know. And then there were some little dudes that looked like Green Goblin.
Those are
The Hellions.
mandrakes.
Also,
Yeah, I don't know what anything is called except raiders. I know what those are called because everybody cries about them and their dark lances, and there were definitely 2 of those.
Yes.
But again, I think my first game was like 8 a.m. or 8:30 or something like that, and I was very low
9.
on brain power. 9.
Yeah, I was 9.
The tournament was a fever dream to me. I definitely remember the game after that was Sue. It was the first time I got to play Tyranids. And
Just like
I know
Nids,
this
huh?
is supposed to be like, yeah. I know this was supposed to be a newbie tournament, so like the lists weren't all like super extremely competitive or anything. So I know Sue
His
can
list
play.
was so funny.
Yeah, I know he can play
So
Tyranids
funny.
at a much more dangerous level than that. But honestly, that's one of the most fun games of Warhammer that I've ever played.
What
'cause
does he
it's
run?
just-
but when
Like-
he said like, "Hey, oh look, I'm bringing the list. Oh, what's the list? Oh, I'm bringing this. It's supposed to be a fun list." Like, Sue,
And it
you're not
was.
supposed
Look,
to
I'll
make them
give him
have
that, it
fun. You're
was.
supposed to bring a Demacaron and a 1,000-point game and watch everyone just be angry. That's how you're supposed to play this game. And then he just told
It
me the
was
truth. He said, "No,
hilarious.
I want them to have a fun game and then actually bring the actual monster, so they start hating it." So now you have this false sense of
I mean-
confidence.
The first taste is free.
First taste is free. It's like, oh yeah, let's play Nids again. And
like,
then he
oh,
brings
great.
like the really scary stuff.
The big
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
Until he brings the big
The
guns.
Hive Guard. The Hive
Which
Guard.
hey, I'd
Lord.
like to play, not only to learn, but also because it's very thematic for my army in particular. So
Someone is.
you know,
Yeah, and you'll
I-
get
I had a good
bodied
time.
just like thematically.
Hey, I'm expecting that,
Oh.
honestly.
Well, no, Sanguinius, they will get bodied just like their father.
Uh-huh. Hey, can you come in with the assist for like a Bellicor on the side if it starts to get really bad, and he can proxy Cabanda?
No, I actually have a giant. No, I have a giant bloodthirster.
Yeah, there we go. I should be
I
able
have
to
Angrath.
roll and then call in Cabanda as a support character.
Kabunda, Angrath, basically the same thing.
Oh yeah. Oh, Nick,
It's
you were
more or less the same.
also playing, right? If I'm not mistaken.
And I played
Yeah,
Nick.
I took Cronny Boys.
Crons,
Yep, I played Nick.
crons.
Yeah, my
Necrons
list was a
are-
Lord, a Scorpec Lord,
Uh-huh.
20 Warriors with Flares, another 10 with Flares, and then 10 with Reapers,
Uh-huh.
3 Scorpec Destroyers, and a Ghost Ark.
That sounds like fun.
Was
Ghost
the
Ark is
Ghost Ark the
fun.
boat that you kept drifting?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the boat I kept Tokyo drifting around the map. I literally, she was trying to get in melee with me, and I kept shuffling
tried
the
to get in
boat from
melee with
side
the
to
boat.
side.
And he kept using, and I tried to get in melee with stuff, whatever the Lord thing was that I killed once,
my
and then
Lord.
you managed to res, and I was so mad about that. I
Wait, you
was
can
like,
resurrect the
Yes.
Lord? You can
finally got him.
Yeah. So what happened was she was trying to get in melee with me,
Uh-huh.
but I kept Tokyo drifting the boat to block her.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he tried to block my charges, and I'm like, you know what?
And so I'm just like Tokyo drifting the boat. She finally gets in melee with him,
Mhm.
and I paid 1 CP for resurrection protocols. and
And on the next
rolled
turn,
a-
I took him out for real. So,
on a 4-up. Yeah, on a 4-up, he lived.
it was
This is so
it was
funny.
garbage. I spent like half the game chasing that Lord around. And then once I actually killed him for real, I realized that like almost all of his resurrection buffs on the rest of his army turned off, and I was like, oh,
Oh, all my hit buffs. Yeah,
Oh,
my
that's
+1 to hit,
why.
my rerolls. That's why I was
Yeah.
so like determined to keep him alive.
what was that massive blob that you kept being like, okay, so hitting on 2s, rerolling all ones,
it was a blob of basic warriors.
and I was like, so why do you even roll this? Because you literally have not missed a single shot the entire
I
time that you
missed
shot
it.
with these.
I
What?
missed 8 that game.
Yeah, he missed 8 shots with that entire 20-man blob that he had strung across 3 objectives at one point.
Two. Don't be
Whatever.
dramatic.
Okay, you had
Yeah,
2 objectives and next to your boat. It was
yeah.
ridiculous.
The boat can revive D3 Necrons per turn, so I kept bringing them back too.
I'm actually surprised
heal
that
itself.
I'm actually surprised that you can like resurrect destroyers with that. Like I haven't thought of that.
You can now.
Oh, yeah, he couldn't
it
do
says
it
core.
before.
Ah,
It was core.
Okay.
So that's
what
the
did-
big thing is like Ghost Arcs now have insane value because they can now resurrect anything on that core list.
That's pretty cool.
So wait, what was it that you used? You teleported. I kind of had my stuff
Veil of
in
Darkness.
the back. Yeah, and he Veil of Darkness. What did you Veil of Darkness into me? destroyers and something
Scorpec
else.
Destroyer Lord, Scorpec Lord, and squad of Scorpec Destroyers.
Ooh.
And everyone looked at me. They're like, "How did you get everything in combat with her on turn one?" I'm like, "I rolled an 11 and a 10 to charge." He's like, "Really?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Really?"
This
I'm
is
like,
the
"Yeah."
fun.
And due
I
to
Hail
This is the
Mary
fun
didn't
sum?
work.
Yeah.
I did some really dumb deployments, so I think that's why he yeeted everything over there. And
Well, I also yeeted everything into Terminators for the lulz.
yep.
They all went into Terminators for the lulz.
How did it go with the Terminator?
Oh, they
I did-
died.
I killed everything.
Oh.
Yeah.
Except one Scorpec.
He killed all my lightning claw terminators, but
Oh, okay.
yeah.
one Scorpec lived for like 3 turns.
Ooh.
Yeah, and once I got my sanguinary priest over there was one lightning claw terminator just, absolutely chatting it out in the corner over there. But other than that, yeah, they were all gone.
Alright.
And
Yeah,
then
it was really funny.
Wait,
Yeah, I had a good game though. It was really fun.
who else did you fight, Nick? Like beside Rachel? Like who are your opponents?
Let's see. Game 1, I played Suhun,
Uh-huh.
which was his list that had 90 Termagants that kept respawning at least 10 a turn.
Okay.
He was respawning like 10, 20, 30 of these a turn.
Yep,
But I was
that's what
taking
happened
the
in my game,
Mephric
too.
gun line. But my Mephric gun line at half range, I get rapid fire and an extra AP. So basically, with the 20-man blob, I was getting 40 shots, hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s,
Ooh.
and he didn't get a save.
Yikes.
But he kept reviving them. So it ended up turning into a slaughterhouse. And every time he shot me, I kept resurrecting. So it ended up being, I took Take No Prisoners,
Uh-huh.
and I got, I think, almost 10 points
When
off of just shooting
I
these
maxed out.
Termagants
When I played
again
Sue's
and
list,
again.
Yeah, I maxed out on that secondary
Yeah,
against
You
Sue.
did.
what?
You did.
Mhm.
Or you got 148 points.
Oh yeah,
You're
even
right.
okay, so
2 kills
if you
off.
kill model and even if they resurrect, you still count as killed, right? That's the reason why.
Yep.
Yep. That's why people, if you ever see a Necron Horde list, you take the same thing.
Ah, good
Mhm.
advice. I am playing a Necron player. I forgot his name.
Christoph.
Wait.
Christoph.
Yeah, Christoph. Yes, I am playing Necron, so I have to keep that in mind. Thank you for the tip.
I've taken it
But
with
also
like,
remember, all those core rules
Uh-huh.
now apply, so more things can get resurrected.
Yeah,
now.
and
Yeah,
Christoph,
he's a better
Christoph
guy.
was the one who came out with the 120 hits
Yeah.
flyer list.
Yeah.
So good luck
He
with
did,
that.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, you're playing the guy that math hammered the 200 attacks.
Oh,
I
God.
hope like
Necron.
melee, because you're gonna face
good
it.
luck, Rock.
You know, I just gotta say, Mortarion is strong, but I think he might
Oh,
die
no.
in this one.
No. Hey, we're turning off rerolls here with Morty.
But 200
Yeah,
attacks.
I think you're gonna pull it off, Rock. And probably
Rock,
and
17
exploding
wounds
sixes. I think
versus
you can do
200
You
attacks.
can do split sixes on top of that.
Okay,
Yes, you can. So mathematically, yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
don't think you got
okay.
this
My
one.
Morty lived through like 3 turns of Dreadnought firing, so I think I
but
can survive
you
that.
only get like
Yeah.
30, 20 shots. This is 200 hits, dude.
Hey, dude,
Yeah.
sometimes Grandpa Nerval does not protect.
Yeah, there is only so
So,
much that
you know,
can
just-
Grandpa
I
Nerval can
mean,
do.
toughness
Be aware,
8.
this is one of
Toughness
those
8 though.
times.
It's toughness 8.
And there's
Are you sure? Are you sure it's not T9?
No, it's toughness 8.
Ooh, shots
yes.
fired.
It's-
We're sure. We're sure.
yes, I'm certain. I'm certain, Nick. Certain, Nick.
Okay. Just making sure.
All right.
You can make it T9 though.
Is that on your cheat? Is that on your cheat sheet too?
Yes. Yes. Oh wait. So you fought against Rachel and Sue. Who else, Nick? Who else?
I played Benny's.
Cadian list.
I played Benny's Cadian list.
What? Really?
Yeah, he brought his Cadian
The
army
new
of renown.
stuff from the book.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, the new stuff. He
Oh.
brought the new stuff.
Wait, I'm actually
I actually
surprised
played against that
that
list.
I'm hearing like familiar names. Like I thought this was supposed to be a newbie tournament. What happened?
It
You
was.
happened.
We just happened to play like people that we already knew somehow, except for me playing Nick.
We had 3 guys drop out of the tournament last second.
Yeah.
Ooh.
One got a positive, one got COVID, another one his test was inconclusive.
When is
so
in
he
this
didn't
chat?
come.
Oh, okay.
When is in this
And then
podcast?
and then Rock, you dropped out.
I mean, yeah.
So I was the first one called in when you dropped out, which funny enough, we were actually playing at Old Dice when you did it. And
Uh-huh.
I got the text while we were there saying that I was back on.
Yep.
I was a sub. Like Sue, Benny, and I were all subs in case someone couldn't make it, just to make sure the event went off.
Oh yeah, sure. It's always good to have
But
a
like,
backup.
Suhoon and I deliberately brought like just really basic list. My list was basically actually we looked at it.
Mhm.
My list was an Indominus list. It was just the Indominus box.
No.
That's all I brought.
No
Yeah, I
wonder
just
some of
brought,
those
like-
units
so I
felt
brought-
familiar to me.
I
'Cause
brought I brought
I've seen this
something that
before.
I brought something that you would have minus the Ghost Arc. I brought something that you would find in an Indominus box.
I see,
Nothing
I
too
see.
shabby.
Yeah, I added the arc. That was about it.
Alright.
So
Because
you
I've
know, it
only
was
played against
nothing,
Necrons a
serious.
couple times, but I've seen really similar units to that before. So yeah, that makes
Right.
sense.
It's until like these core changes. Basically, that was kind of a basic of what you took. You took a Lord with a bunch of warriors, and then some melee threat and some Scorpec destroyers and Lich Guard,
Mhm.
and that was your list.
So wait.
You know,
If I were to
Necrons
ask,
didn't have a lot of
Nick,
options.
I gotta ask though about the game with Benny. He did use like the new updated list of guard, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, the Cadian stuff.
So what was the good thing about it? Like any like buffs or changes?
Pretty much the whole army got rerolls. I wasn't 100% sure what was really going on. He got some new warlord trait and a new relic. He got a relic where he popped it and he could reroll all hits and wounds of 1.
What?
Yeah. So it was pretty good. He brought 2 tanks and a Manticore. So like the Cadia is not bad. It has its place, especially with the new buffs. Cadia has
No,
its place.
Cadia
Cadia fall,
stands.
dude. You all know the truth.
Yeah. Yeah, but it has its place. So it's not bad.
Well, what you
Oh.
all were playing on Saturday. I played on Sunday. I play Justin for his LVO practices. He was touching to Sisters, which, as you mentioned earlier, he may be switching back to Necrons. And he was playing his list. It was very tight. It was very interesting. But the whole interesting thing about playing the new LVO rules is this new player plays terrain. That is a really interesting thing
what's
that you
all
should
that
definitely test and practice next, since you're going to LVO, because it changes the whole game. Basically, at the beginning of the game, you have 5 minutes to drop terrain. You have to drop terrain. You have 5 pieces of terrain. You have obscuring, dense cover, and other stuff. And you need to set it up on the table. You have 5 minutes to do it. And that is on your time. So you have an hour and 30 minutes, and then you have to set up the terrain. And it's something that demands practice. And I heard people saying, "Oh, but I am used to build tables, so I know how to do this." It doesn't apply that way, because building a table for 2 players is a thing. Now you need to build a table for yourself and the player against. So you need to think. You need to think how you're gonna obscure your stuff to protect it, but at the same time, don't make just a screen. You need something to help you to move your stuff properly and bottleneck the opponent and so on. So it's hard. It's hard to do the first time. On my end, I did it just to benefit from the obscuring, because I had a list that I need to hide stuff. But I'm someone who's really good at setting things up and reading your opponent lists. My goodness, if you know how to play this stuff, it's insane. Simple things, like the basic thing would be have dense terrain, right? The -1 to hit. Just you put that on your objective, the back objective, put your tank in there. Now you have permanent -1 to hit, and you have free shooting wherever you want. You can put your PVC in the middle of this objective with this terrain feature, and now you're good. There's so many things that are open up with this rule, which is scary.
The -1 to hit, it is really huge. I must say.
And it's really good.
Right.
And you can put it in the middle of your objective zone and benefit from it. So it's overall the new rules is really interesting. It opens a lot of things you should definitely try. You should practice it.
Right.
A lot of potential.
I'm hoping. I was glad we thought about using that, but I'm glad the newbie tournament we just used basic setup map straight
Yeah.
out of the strike for or out of the incursion mission book.
I
I
was
mean,
thankful
it is
for
a
that
small
as
map.
well.
It is a
Well,
small
at least
map.
Rachel, you got to play the same
Yeah, that-
mission you played against me the week earlier when we were doing the practices.
Yep. Yep. And I actually didn't end up playing Benny in the tournament, but I did play his list for the tournament the day before the tournament because I wanted to get a practice game in against anything before I played. Because, again, I kind of had a hiatus of about 3 months or so, 2 months where I didn't play anything. I didn't even watch battle reports or anything like that during that time. I just kind of forgot
Heresy.
how to play.
Yep.
I know.
Heresy.
I know. I spent my quarantine painting instead of and listening to audiobooks instead of watching battle reports or something like that. But it was really good. And now that like I've gotten more games in, it really is just reps. It's like anything else. You just do it more and you get used to it and you see how other people's armies behave. I mean, those are the most dangerous players, are the people that know your army and they know their own army and they know everybody else's army.
I
So
see.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Rachel.
Yeah.
Rachel, I need to ask. Did you forget to shoot?
I did not forget to shoot my bolt pistols in close combat on my Blade Guard veterans.
Good.
I did
good.
not.
Good.
The best
Is this from the
lessons
Cygnus Rock?
in Warhammer you learn through pain, for sure.
If there was pink horrors there, they would have died.
They would have been purged with judicious malice. Absolutely. They would have been the first thing off the board. I don't care if there were better targets, those need to die. On principle.
Are you holding a grudge? Because it sounds like you're holding a grudge.
Absolutely. I already have 2 grudges in Warhammer. It's Morven Vol and Pink Horrors.
Oh, I feel you on the Mormon ball. I let her live during my game because I was focusing something else. And she did some annoying stuff. And I am
Woo.
pissed.
Shout out to Terry back home and his Morven Vol that I was never able to take down. I will be training to beat that thing when I come back to Oklahoma. That's
Just
the
say
plan.
next time I promise to Bellacore visit Mormon ball and bonk her to death.
I would love to see that.
I mean,
I would
the
absolutely
best
love to
thing
see
about the
bonk.
game is that Bellacore kills Celestine. She resurrected. She escaped. She tried to kill 3 Nurglings. The Nurglings survived. And then they just bye-bye and took an objective
Oh.
because they have obsec. And Celestine had to watch. And she
Absolute lad.
Celestine
The
had to look.
absolute lad.
Yeah,
Sad
Celestine
Nurgling.
just had to stare as the single Nurgling that was basically dead with 1 wound. Just like held the objective. Was like, ha
That
I was
is the
gonna
most
say-
beautiful thing I've ever seen.
It is beautiful.
That's the hilarious part about just demons in general is like I've had multiple instances where we have I've had one demonette fall back from a democarian so he couldn't collect the objective the next turn.
Oh gosh.
Or I tied up a biotitan once, like a big one, because I charged 5 demonettes at him and they survived the Overwatch.
the flamer.
How the
Wow.
heck did they survive Overwatch?
Invuln saves,
Did you survive the
baby.
fighting? How do you survive the fighting?
Oh yeah.
Also invul saves. There's like 7 of them. I know there's like 8 of them and 5 lived.
Oh,
There's like 8 or 9 of them, and 5 lived.
Yeah.
those
But I had enough there, and
I had
yeah,
a
it was
flashback when
really-
your single demon had
that's
those
survived
brave
my turn
girls.
and took the objective from him.
Yes, and I took the
Yeah.
objective from you. Yes,
Wait.
they do that a lot.
Luke, did you hit? Did you hit the demonettes with the Nurglings? So?
Oh, sorry, what?
Did you hit them with Nurglings?
No, I fought her
attitude-
and they took a wound on her, which was funny. But the Nurgling did nothing. He just he. The thing is that with the
okay.
Nurglings, that he was literally trying to deny me from the Nurglings to get out there and take the objective. He even based me so I couldn't move and pile in 3 more inches to get close. But it didn't matter because I managed to move either way. The Nurgling just like skedaddle out of the fight. And then so the game was about to be decided. It was a very close game. I won 94 to 89, so it was very close. It was 6 points. And the moment was I had to kill Celestine. I managed to kill her. And the only thing that he had alive was Mormon Ball and a single Sacrosanct. Because this whole game he was not really rolling very well on Miracle Dice. But when he needed the morale check, of course he had his Miracle Dice had a 1. Boom. He kept saving so many morale checks because the Miracle Dice he kept rolling 1s. But no, the traumatizing event
Sometimes it
of
can
that
be good.
game was the psyker phase. So I had a wretch unit, a wretch company. I had a psyker who was super juiced to do a lot of mortar wounds, and sisters deny spells and sixes. Guess how many sixes he rolled in 2 turns in a row?
How many?
No, he rolled 4
enough,
sixes in a row. He denied me 4 spells in a row.
Wow.
And when he kept rolling, he just looked at me with this. I'm sorry, man. I don't know what's. I
I'm
don't know
sorry,
what
little one.
I'm
I'm
doing.
sorry,
I'm
little
sorry,
one.
but I'm not
And he was
sorry.
looking. I was like, Justin, what are you doing? I don't know, man. I'm just rolling. Let me guess something. So yeah, no. Basically, the psyker had one job and she didn't perform it at all. By the time she could do one spell, Marvin Ball was in front of her and killed it, which was kind of poetic because my caster is a play sister, is a fallen sister of battle, and Marvin Ball came to claim her back.
I really like that model, by the way. It's a gorgeous model. It's really
Thanks.
cool.
Yeah, so Rachel, I need to ask regarding the newbie tournament of the 1K point, what have we learned? So what were the results, dude?
Dude,
So I won a game and I lost 2 games. And I was a happy camper. Like I learned a lot about kind of deployment, picking secondary, stuff like that, stuff that I'm kind of weak on still. And I didn't think any of the games that I played were completely like, I didn't think I completely got wrecked, you know? Like the score might have not been so great, but I didn't ever feel like I played a game that I had absolutely no chance at all. At least playing the game, right? I didn't get tabled turn 2 or anything like that, which is always the worst feeling. I made it all the way through all 5 rounds of every game that I played, which is fantastic. So, and hey, none of my Sanguinary Guard wings broke off because I didn't bring them. So that's a victory.
well,
That's a victory.
you survived the
victory, I
1K tournament. Are you ready for a 2K game
I did.
this Sunday?
Oh yeah.
No.
Come on, you're gonna play against the Death Card again.
Yeah.
You know what? Honestly, I'm always. It was funny because when I started building stuff for the 1,000 point list, all the games that I had been playing, because I was kind of thinking before I left home that I was going to play in a tournament there, and it would have been 2,000 points. So I'm kind of glad that my first tournament was at 1,000 points, because if I had to deal with all of that at like twice the amount of points for not only me but for the other person that I'm playing, and then twice the board size, which would have totally like destroyed the list that I had, because I built that list with Nick for
1,000
durability
points
and not speed.
Oh
Yeah, because like Blood Angels usually are like, you know, jump packs, go fast, always be charging, you know, but yeah, gotta go fast.
Why do you sound like White Scars?
I mean, we just got the jump packs, not the bikes, right? Can you imagine if we combined forces, right? Can you imagine jump packs on bikes?
Right, we're gonna take the one thing
future.
that makes White Class special, okay?
Yeah, if I could have advance and charge too, I mean, I'm just
all
saying.
right. I mean,
But you know, it changed a lot of stuff about how I thought about this tournament and
okay, that's good.
my army and stuff. But yeah, overall, really
Don't
good.
worry,
Yeah.
we'll start.
I mean, we still have a game to play. I am still waiting for the 2K game, Rachel.
This Sunday,
I'm still waiting.
Yeah, well,
Rachel,
I'm
this
here.
Sunday we're playing
I'm
2K,
here.
right?
Yeah, we're playing.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
I'll get something together. It won't look as pretty as my list did for the tournament because it won't all be painted yet. But I've got a bunch of assault intercessors on my desk, and my transformer for my compressor just came in today. So airbrush gonna go bird tomorrow, and at least get some red on these guys.
I'm rubbing off on her.
Also, speaking of
Red airbrush go bird.
Brr. Speaking of red airbrush go burr, there was a small victory.
Oh.
Our victory.
Our
victory.
victory.
This tournament, because I won best painted model with my pretty little Redemptor.
Yeah, I love the
So
Redemptor. That's the one that you made the marble shoulder pad, right?
I did.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I basically have a venerable Redemptor at this point because I used venerable Dreadnought pieces and a whole bunch of little fancy Blood Angel pieces and decided to give him a marbled shoulder pad on his right shoulder.
Yeah, I've seen
like
some of
golden white
your
marble.
like conversion works. Like I must say, top notch.
So it's like
Thank
we can
you.
put that Dreadnought up on the Instagram.
Sure,
We'll
yeah,
have it up there.
I'll
We'll
take
have it
some
up
good
there.
pictures of
Also,
Where we'll have that up on the Instagram by the time this episode comes
look!
out.
The
Yeah.
master of conversions here, Mr. Rock just praised you. So great job there.
Yes.
Yeah, hey, no, I take it as
No,
a high
but have you
compliment
seen
because
his stuff lately?
Yeah, I
The,
did. I've seen it.
And
The
yeah, Rock, I'm taking
obliterators.
copyright. I'm taking copyright because I came up with name.
What?
I said obliterators, okay? You call them like obliterator holder. I said no. Call them obliterators, okay? I'm trademarking that.
Obliterators.
I'm claiming trademark. I'm claiming trademark on Battle Nunes of Battle, and obliterators. Okay, thank you. You're welcome.
But
I'm
I
imagining it.
added a dash there.
No.
Oh, obliterators.
Sir, our trademark.
True.
But it's
True.
funny. Every time you say that, I don't imagine it like O-Bliterator. I imagine it like an
Yeah,
Irish
that's what I
surname.
did it too.
That's exactly what it should
Oh
be.
my god.
It should be oak apostrophe
Obliterators.
obliterators.
Yeah, like
Yes.
O'Malley or something, you know?
You gotta say with a gusto. You gotta say with a gusto.
And they're
Obliterators.
also green, so it all works out.
You know?
We will put a photo when they're done. They are like obliterators mixed with blood holders. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's heresy.
Cool.
Who said
Look
that?
really
beautiful.
gross.
Who said Death Guard can't have obliterators? Am I right? Am I right?
I mean, I wish you could run them on that car. They were actually good.
You still said the video that genuinely made me cackle.
Which one?
What is it? What is it?
Oh,
What is
hey
it?
girl, I hope you like
The
it.
hey girl,
Oh.
I heard you like conversions, and he pokes the blight holler and it just falls apart
Oh, no.
perfectly.
I remember I was out with my friends at that point. We had gone out to dinner and then gone out for drinks. And I was like 2 drinks in, and it doesn't take many drinks to get me. I'm very small, so my alcohol
You're like
tolerance
half
is
of
like
me.
-2.
I was gonna say you're like half
Yeah.
of me.
And I remember I was like 2 drinks in at that point, and I just started like wheezing, laughing, like I could not breathe. And my friends were like, "What?" And I just showed them the video.
Just the clank.
And like none of them play Warhammer. None of them understand. So it was,
Everything
I was
just
like,
topples
Look at
over.
these
dying.
normies. Don't
I
understand
was,
my
like,
humor.
dying. No, they tolerate me. They're like,
And
Rachel,
all-
I know you did some Space Boy stuff this weekend. I'm like, I did. Would you like to see
My
my
Space
Space
Boys.
Boys? And
That
they're
sounds like,
"Yeah, sure."
like a mom talk. Oh,
That's-
like a
yeah,
mom
is
talk.
that, oh, I see you
First of
play with
all-
Mario this weekend. So you had a lot of Mario on your
That's
desk.
my
Mom, that's a
That's,
Mario.
that's my girlfriend every time I talk about Warhammer. She's
My
just
It's
God,
like,
literally
that's
like
like-
the "Are you winning, son?" Like it
Oh,
really is.
I did walk into the room a couple times and say that.
"Are you winning, son?" Yeah,
Yeah.
I was trying. I was not winning, but you
Oh
know,
my god, I'm just dying
doesn't
here.
matter how many times. Doesn't
But
matter
the
how many
bit-
times they lose. They're always winners in my heart. My little
The
blood
big
angels,
question
so.
is, I built you a competitive list. Are we gonna see it? Are we gonna see you at one of our tables soon?
Sunday.
Me?
No,
Yeah?
are we gonna see her at one of our tournament tables?
I
Are
mean,
na-
like,
are you
in our
gonna- are we
2K
gonna see-
tournaments?
Yeah, are we gonna see you at another tournament? Did you enjoy yourself
yeah.
enough?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I fully intend to play as much as I can to get as good as I can because I want to.
You
Wait,
have
wait,
to
wait,
play
hold on,
on the
hold on.
same. You have to
Big
play the
scale
same day that Marshall Darmond is on the table because trust me, you have fun.
Wait.
That is the
Cool.
most fun you'll
when
ever
the
have.
Marshall
I
here
gotta ask,
is
though.
here. It's fun.
Hi, Marshall.
Marshall.
Remy.
I gotta ask,
Hi,
Rachel.
Marshall Remy.
I gotta ask.
Yeah.
So after
Yeah.
experiencing the 1K tournament, does this actually want to make you enter more tournaments like the 2K?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a really fun environment, and it, like I said, I want to become a more competitive player
All right.
because I really like all facets of this hobby. I like reading the lore, I like building and painting the models, and I like playing. It's all really fun. So I'd like to get better at the playing part because I've definitely read enough books. There's still tons of books to read, but you know, I've read a lot of that, and I like painting. I like building. So, you know, I can get better at that on my own, but playing the game itself, you know, that's where all that stuff comes together. and that's where I get to meet new people, make new friends, get new grudges, new battle trauma. You know,
You're going into the book.
Right. So you know, I get to. You know, I started playing in 9th, so I don't have like generational trauma against things like some players
I
do.
feel
but
you
I'm
on that
already
even.
getting,
Like
I'm getting
I
new
still-
traumas.
I feel you on
I
that.
still wake up in a cold sweat from Tau
Really?
Yeah, I know.
and Iron Hands.
I still,
I still
haven't
wake
fought.
up in cold sweat
I
from
still
Tau
haven't
and
fought
Iron
like a
Hands.
lot of factions also. Like even the Taos or something like that. Even Orc. I actually never fought against Orcs. So
I
Doesn't your
played
brother
Orcs
play
anymore.
orcs?
Oh yeah, no. I played once with my brother. After that, nothing. So nothing that's on the competitive side I have fought yet. So I haven't suffered through the buggy list with the orc DACA jets or something like that.
And now
Thank
you
God.
never will.
Yes, I don't need
Now
to.
you never will.
Thank
You've been
Nargo.
saved. You've been saved by the errata.
I was gonna say I'm actually playing. I think I'm playing in our league matches. I think I'm playing orcs this weekend. So oh thank God,
You're
thank
playing
God,
James or
indeed.
Bill.
Oh, you're safe.
And he has DACA jets and a bunch of buggies
To be
too.
fair,
I'm actually
he
playing.
was doing the.
I'm actually playing this week.
To be
also.
fair, Bill was doing the DACA jets and boogies before it was cool.
And buggies before.
Before the
He
Elite
was.
Edition
He
was
was.
a thing.
It's a big
Which, you know, this is me
Yeah.
calling you out, Bill. Monolith fight. We have a monolith fight scheduled.
Oh wait, Nick, we gotta mention. We went to one of the local hobby shops around here that also sells Warhammer.
What?
But they don't have any Warhammer models for display in their big cases outside. It's all like scale war models,
Oh
you know,
my
tanks and
lord,
stuff.
yes.
And then like Gundams, and then we're looking up at the top of the display cases, and in the back of one of them, we see a Necron monolith with a dragon on top.
What?
I mean, you know, it was like this. It's like, Mom, we want a Void Dragon. We have Void Dragon at home.
The voice dragon at home it was like an actual dragon, like a D&D dragon on top of a monolith. And I'm
Just
like,
Too
breathing
much of
fire.
heresy.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah,
funny.
no,
It was funny.
it's Void Dragon at home.
That's the void dragon you get off of Wish.
That is kind of sad.
So whenever you're, you guys, whenever you're at a Joy Hobby next,
Yeah.
go to the back wall, where the gotcha capsules are, and look up. That's where
You
it
will
is.
see
It's the
Ah.
old
the
Warhammer model
legendary
there.
monolith with the discount Void Dragon. That's what we're gonna call him.
The discount
Yeah.
void dragon. Yeah.
Discount Void Dragon, yeah. Void Dragon at home.
Wait, so
So
speaking of,
sorry.
oh wait,
sorry, go on.
you were
Sorry,
saying-
I was gonna make a
sorry.
joke. Go on, go on.
Sorry. So Rachel, like you were talking about like
Yeah.
lores and like other armies or something like that. Like, have you ever thought of building like other armies for one
It's
thing?
funny that you say that.
Or is
So
your
at one
heart only
point-
filled with sanguinius?
I mean, that's the way it's always going to be, no matter how many other armies I play.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm ready to go into a 5-hour TED talk about how Sanguinius is the best boy. At any
We have an
time.
episode scheduled for that.
What?
No, there better be. It's the Blood Angel lore dump episode.
Oh god.
It should be for Christmas for Sanguinala, but
We'll talk.
yeah. But I already, and it's funny because tangentially this does end up being Blood Angel related. I already actually bought stuff for a Custodes, Sisters of Silence, and Knights mixed
Ooh.
list. That's built off of the Master of Mankind book, so the War in the Webway that happens in that book, which I really love.
Custodians are getting a new codex also, so I guess it's safe.
Yes.
And they might actually be competitive.
Yes, and I kind of started buying stuff for this army way before the Custodes kind of updates were announced. I think I bought the Custodes stuff. Well, I don't know if it was before it was announced, but at least it was before I was made aware of what was happening. So I think that was back in like April or May or something like that. And it's funny because like I'm pretty new to the hobby, like to playing and everything. It was like February or something like that when I started getting stuff for my Blood Angels. And I sat there at one point looking at this massive stack of plastic and models, and I was like, I remember texting my friend, I was like, I don't think I could ever have another army.
Wait.
And
Nice. Yeah,
and then,
yeah.
you know, how many, like
Nice.
2-3 months later, I was like, so I have 2 boxes of Custodes at home now. And my friend's like, see, I told you you couldn't resist. And I'm like, you know what?
As I say, me sitting over with my 3 armies, just like, yes, I understand.
I have a
Wait,
friend who's
Rachel. I
close to
thought you were
one of
gonna.
every army.
Wait, hold on, Rachel. I thought you were gonna buy army that's like making you not paint like gold and red.
We don't do that here.
You know what?
Proceeds to play
You know
Custodes
what?
that are golden red.
Don't attack me like this. Don't attack
I came
me like
here
No,
to have a
see,
good time,
Rock,
but I feel so
Rock.
attacked right now.
Rock, you're missing the point. It's not gold and red.
Uh-huh.
They're not red and gold. They're golden
They're
red.
golden
Oh my
red.
God.
There's a difference.
Are you
And
kidding
the
me?
Sisters of Silence are like golden, like black. It's like,
No, they're golden. They're golden like burgundy.
Oh,
Still
okay,
red.
okay.
Yeah, it's different. It's different. It's Flesh Terror red.
So
not Blood
which
Angel
color?
red. There's a
So
difference
which
here.
color are you gonna paint your new Mario's? Luigi's?
My new Luigi's. Definitely.
These are Warriors. They're gold. These are Warriors.
Warriors are gold. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, regardless, they'll be based off of that book. So technically, it will be a like 30K inspired army. But yeah, it's I'm excited about that list, and it gives me the excuse to paint my little like almost quadriplegic Blood Angel model for that, like to sit on the side.
Yeah.
Golden
for
red.
My favorite character from that book. Yeah. Hey, look. I already got like 6 pots of Retributor armor, and that's all I need in my life, anyways.
All
So.
right. So I think that's it. Like, do you guys have anything else to say?
No, I'm
And
all
all I
done.
want to say is, Rachel, get ready for meeting Nurgle this Sunday.
You know what? I've played Death
Oh,
Guard a couple times before, and they happen to be like on paper the best counter for
Oh
my
no!
army. So
I'm not bringing.
I'd
I'm not
love-
bringing counters to your charge. I will let you do your charging.
Oh
Yeah.
boy,
Get
You
ready.
just need to
Then
you need to
Cowabunga it
survive.
is.
You need to survive.
Cowabunga it is then, my dude.
I was gonna say, I'll bring my demon sometime. You can go
Yeah.
meet Sanguinius in person.
First person
Hey,
perspective
I came
of the
out.
Terror
I came out
Siege.
to have a good time, and I feel really attacked right now.
Oh, get ready for my obliterators.
Friendly fire was turned on.
Friendly fire was on.
It was
for
all
sure.
along.
right.
But yeah, no, I'd love to fight as many armies as I can because it makes me learn and it makes me see what armies I might want to build in the future too. So,
All right.
you know.
All right.
Hey,
I guess that's it. So this have been the Warp Report, and yeah, this has been the Warp Report. I am Rock, and my co-host.
Yeah, may the Emperor be with you, and may Sanguinius look over you.
That's as good a sign off as I can imagine.
Nurgle bless.